Welcome to a new episode of the podcast. Vox Agent is made by AI for business executives that work with AI. Today, we're taking a deep dive into something, well, truly monumental. Meta Platform's audacious all-in push into advanced AI. We're talking specifically about their new Superintelligence Labs, or MSL. Our mission, to really uncover what this ambitious move means, not just for Meta, not just for the AI industry, but crucially for you as a business leader trying to navigate this rapidly changing world. Expect some eye-opening facts and hopefully some clear takeaways. Okay, let's unpack this. Meta's Superintelligence Labs, MSL. It sounds incredibly ambitious, almost like science fiction becoming reality inside a major tech company.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
MSL's core mission, stated pretty explicitly, is achieving superintelligence, which, aligns with the broader industry goal of artificial general intelligence, or AGI. Basically, AI systems that can perform any intellectual task a human can, and importantly, eventually exceed our capabilities. And CEO Mark Zuckerberg is personally deeply invested in this. He's called it, I believe, the beginning of a new era for humanity.
Wow. That's quite a statement.
It's bold, right? But it shows the scale of their ambition here.
And this comes after a period where, well, let's be honest, Meta seemed to be maybe falling behind a bit. I mean, they have a long history in AI, right? Fair Facebook AI research back in 2013 became a huge academic force, and PyTorch.
Exactly. PyTorch, their deep learning framework, is one of the most widely used platforms globally. So the foundation was there. But yeah, by the early 2020s, and especially after OpenAI dropped ChatGPT in late 2022, well, Meta looked like it was caught flat-footed. The perception, widely held, was that they were falling behind the state-of-the-art in generative AI.
And you can imagine Zuckerberg wasn't exactly thrilled about that perception.
Precisely. Reports suggest he was deeply frustrated by mid-2025, seeing rivals seemingly leap ahead for a company built on connecting people, being seen as a follower in the next big wave of technology. That wasn't just a business problem, it felt almost as existential. So this frustration, this determination to claw back lost ground, that really lit the fire under MSL. Meta sees AI leadership now as absolutely critical, not just for their current stuff, social media, the metaverse,
but for survival almost, unlocking new revenue, preventing someone else's AI making them obsolete.
You got it. It's a fight for future relevance. It's that serious.
So with that kind of pressure, what does the structure look like? How did they actually organize this massive push? Who's leading this charge?
Well, they've assembled what some are calling an AI dream team. It's quite something. MSL is co-led by Alexandra Wang, formerly CEO of Scale AI. He's now Meta's chief AI officer. Alongside him is Nat Friedman, the former CEO of GitHub, who's focusing on the applied AI product side. And apparently, Zuckerberg personally wooed them. Meetings at his homes, the whole deal.
Really going all out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you still have Jan LeCun, Meta's long-serving chief AI scientist, a key figure. He's pushing for AI that can reason and plan AI with persistent memory. So what MSL does is basically consolidate everything. The old FAIR research teams, the product AI teams, they're all brought together under this one umbrella. The mandate is crystal clear. Accelerate towards human-level AI. Fast.
Okay, the ambition is there, the structure's new, but the talent. How do you actually staff something like this? The top AI people are, well, already working at Google, OpenAI. I've heard some pretty wild stories about the offers Meta was throwing around. This is where it gets really interesting, isn't it? This AI talent war.
Oh, it was a full-blown hiring blitz. Aggressive doesn't even begin to cover it. We're talking pay packages reportedly as high as $300 million over 4 years. And some offers apparently exceeded $100 million just in the first year.
$100 million in 1 year.
That's the word on the street. At least 10 such mega offers went out just to OpenAI staff. And significantly, multiple senior OpenAI researchers took the bait, despite initial reluctance sometimes. It's serious when OpenAI's leadership reportedly complained it felt like someone breaking into our home and stealing something. That gives you a sense of the shockwaves.
Wow. Okay, so it wasn't just 1 or 2 hires. This was strategic poaching on a massive scale. Can you give some specific examples? Who did they manage to pull away from rivals?
The list is very revealing. From OpenAI, at least 7 team members came over. Engineers, scientists, people who actually worked on GPT-4. From Google and DeepMind, several big names. Ex-Google fellows like Jack Ray, Pei Sun, Lucas Bayer. Johan Schalkwyk, a veteran in speech recognition at Google. Joel Pobar came back to Meta from Anthropic. And then there was the Apple hire, Roming Peng, who headed up their AI models. That was seen as a huge symbolic win, kind of highlighting Apple's potential vulnerability here. That's quite the roster. It feels like more than just hiring smart people, though. Is there a deeper strategy? Maybe even deliberately slowing down competitors by taking their key people?
That's exactly the insight here. It's not just acquisition, it's strategic attrition of their rivals. Meta gains all that intellectual property, that institutional memory, those competitive insights. And simultaneously, they slow down OpenAI, Google, Apple. It's arguably a zero-sum game at this level. MSL now has this core elite team, maybe around 50 people focused purely on superintelligence. Analysts estimate the salary cost alone could be nearing like $1 billion a year for this group. But Meta's betting the payoff from an AI breakthrough justifies it.
Of $1 billion a year just on salaries for 50 people. Okay. But talent needs tools. Massive tools in AI. What about the computing power? What's Meta bringing to the table there?
Right, this is the other side of the coin, and Meta is flexing hard here. Remember that $14.3 billion investment for a 49% stake in Scale AI?
Yeah, that made headlines. That wasn't just a financial play. It secured Alexander Wang as AI chief, yes. But it also brings Scale AI's crucial data labeling and model training infrastructure much closer, almost in-house. For you as a business leader, think about that. They essentially bought preferential access to a critical part of the AI supply chain high-quality data pipelines. Beyond that, Meta's promising recruits essentially unlimited access to cutting-edge hardware, a massive stockpile of GPUs, which is a huge draw, especially when you hear whispers that even OpenAI researchers sometimes face GPU constraints.
Right, compute bottlenecks have been a real issue.
Exactly. And Meta was already building out its own massive AI supercomputing infrastructure announced back in 2022. So MSL gets all of that firepower.
Okay, so they've got the brains, they've got the brawn, the compute. What exactly are they trying to build with all this? What's the immediate focus inside MSL?
The core areas are definitely at the cutting edge. First, just scaling up their large language models, their LLMs, way beyond the current Llama 4. Second, developing what they call agentic AI systems. Think AI that can actually take actions autonomously to achieve goals you set for it. And third, pushing hard on higher-level reasoning capabilities. Making AI that doesn't just predict the next word, but can actually understand, plan, and act in complex environments.
And how does this build on what Meta already had? You mentioned the Llama series.
Yeah, Llama is key, especially their open source approach. Llama 2, released back in 2023, hit about 70 billion parameters, was open sourced, and pretty much matched GPT 3.5. It got huge adoption. They've previewed Llama 3 and 4 since then. Llama 4, nicknamed Behemoth, is supposed to be their most powerful yet. But honestly, the reception for Llama 4 has been a bit mixed so far. Benchmarks still show it lagging behind the absolute top tier from Google and OpenAI. So improving Llama, closing that gap, that's definitely a key priority for MSL.
But Meta's AI isn't just LLMs, right? They've got strengths elsewhere.
Oh, absolutely. Their computer vision work is top-notch. Remember the segment anything model, SAM-Air? It can identify and segment basically any object in an image. Really impressive stuff. They've also got strong multimodal AI like ImageBind, which connects data from text, audio, images, even depth sensors, and generative tools like Make a Video and eMu for image generation. And don't forget, over 1 billion people use Meta's AI every month, even if you don't realize it. It's powering newsfeed ranking, ad targeting, which they claim gives 22% higher returns for advertisers. Content moderation.
Right, so it's deeply embedded, just maybe not always visible as, say, a chatbot.
Exactly, which contrasted with that perception of them being a fast follower in the user-facing generative AI space like ChatGPT or Google's Bard. Meta's AI was powerful behind the scenes, but they didn't really have that breakout consumer AI product until more recently. Now, though, they're pushing hard on that front. Chatbots in Messenger, WhatsApp, the Meta AI Assistant, Instagram features.
So connecting the dots. It really sounds like they're trying to rapidly close that perceived gap by literally hiring the people who built the rival models that were ahead of them.
That's a perfect way to put it. They now employ people who directly contributed to GPT-4's vision capabilities, its voice features, experts in generating the multimodal data needed to train these complex models. So while MSL itself is new, just months old really, it's inheriting years of foundational work from FAIR and the Llama series. It marks this huge shift, though, from contributing academically to this intense, almost Manhattan Project-style push for AGI. Now, true AGI. Nobody's there yet. Everyone's still kind of at the starting line for that race. But in terms of applied generative AI, the stuff businesses can use soon. Meta is positioning MSL to dramatically change its standing and challenge the leaders.
Okay, let's pivot to the implications. What does this huge meta bet mean for you, the listener, especially if you're running a business or leading a team? Why should you care deeply about MSL?
Well, The biggest implication, the most profound insight maybe, is this. AI isn't just going to be a competitive advantage. It's rapidly becoming the core differentiator, maybe even for survival. If your organization isn't seriously thinking about how to leverage the latest AI, you don't just risk lagging. You risk becoming irrelevant. It sounds stark, but that's the trajectory. Companies harnessing this stuff will simply outperform others in customer service, personalization, efficiency, product development, across the board.
That sounds like massive opportunity then if you do embrace it. Can you break down some specific benefits businesses could see?
Absolutely. Let's tick through a few key areas. First, automation of knowledge work. Think about tasks like compiling reports, drafting proposals, analyzing data sets. These can increasingly be automated or semi-automated. Imagine, say, an insurance company using an advanced LLM, maybe derived from Meta's work, to instantly analyze complex claims documents, flag and key info. That frees up your human experts for judgment calls for the complex cases.
So it's about augmenting your skilled workforce, letting them focus higher up the value chain.
Precisely. Second, enhanced decision-making. AI can synthesize insights from absolutely vast amounts of data market reports, social media chatter, internal databases, and deliver concise executive summaries or even run simulations. Imagine getting real-time strategic insights that were just impossible before.
Okay, automation, better decisions. What else?
Third, customer experience personalization. This is huge. AI driving truly personalized shopping assistants or conversational financial advisors embedded right in platforms like WhatsApp or Messenger that could radically improve customer satisfaction, loyalty, think instant, helpful answers, 247.
And the fourth area?
Innovation and product development. Generative AI can help design new products, optimize engineering workflows, even act almost like a digital member of the research team in R&D.
This helps companies create better products faster and potentially at lower cost.
And thinking specifically about Meta's ecosystem, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, how might businesses leverage AI there, right within Meta's world? For social media, AI could help users or brands craft better posts, automatically generate visuals, leading to hyper-personalized feeds that are even more engaging. For messaging, imagine customer service bots on WhatsApp or Messenger handling millions of routine inquiries, banking questions, retail FAQs, potentially drastically reducing call center loads. In advertising, generative tools could create entire ad campaigns, images, video, copy, and optimize them on the fly, building on that 22% return uplift they already claim. For e-commerce, personalized shopping assistants on Instagram, AI managing how products are displayed, and think ahead to AR glasses offering real-time recommendations in a physical store.
And the metaverse AR/VR connection.
Yeah, AI is critical there, populating virtual worlds with believable dynamic characters, NPCs, making AR smart glasses function like an always-on assistant or coach. That could fundamentally change how we interact with digital info in the physical world.
The potential seems immense, almost overwhelming. But it can't be that simple. What are the big risks, the challenges that Meta, and frankly, any company venturing deep into AI needs to wrestle with?
You're right. It's definitely not a smooth path. There are significant challenges. For MSL specifically, first, there are huge technical hurdles. AGI is fundamentally unsolved. As Jan LeCun himself points out, current LLMs are amazing pattern matchers, but they lack true reasoning. Meta might need entirely new architectures, not just bigger versions of Llama. And then there's AI safety and alignment. How do you control systems that become vastly more capable? That's critical.
Okay, technical challenges. What about inside Meta?
Organizational and cultural issues. Integrating all this high-priced, high-ego talent from different company cultures. Navigating Meta's famously intense internal politics, some call it Game of Thrones-like. Concerns about bloat and excessive middle management have been raised, plus Zuckerberg's tendency towards micromanagement. These could all slow things down, despite the resources.
So internal friction is a real risk. What about external factors?
Big ones. Ethical and societal implications. Meta already struggles with public trust due to past controversies. Developing superintelligence brings huge questions about bias, potential for misuse like misinformation, job displacement. Managing that responsibly is paramount. Then regulatory hurdles. The EU AI Act is already here, setting rules for high-risk AI. There's talk of an FDA for algorithms in the U.S. Antitrust scrutiny, especially around deals like the Scale AI investment, is possible. International regulations might conflict too.
And public perception. Will people trust Meta's AI?
That's a key question. Public perception and trust. Will enterprises feel comfortable giving a Meta-built AI access to sensitive data or critical functions? They have ground to make up there. And finally, resource limitations and opportunity cost. Meta's Reality Labs metaverse division has burned through, what, over $60 billion since 2020? If MSL doesn't show tangible progress relatively soon, investor pressure could become intense. Pouring billions into AI means potentially less for other areas.
That's a sobering list of challenges. So, given all that, how should businesses actually prepare? If you're listening to this, what are the concrete next steps you should be considering?
Okay, practical steps for executives. First, educate and strategize. You need to understand what AI can really do now and soon. Form cross-functional teams. Get your leadership team up to speed. Brainstorm specific applications for your business. Second, invest in your data and infrastructure. AI is fueled by data. High-quality data, robust pipelines are essential. You might need to consider cloud GPU resources or even on-premise clusters depending on your ambition. Third, partner where prudent. You probably don't need to build foundational models yourself. Leverage what's offered by Meta, Microsoft, Google, and others. Meta's models, for instance, run on Azure. Choose partners wisely. Fourth, pilot and iterate. Don't try to boil the ocean. Start with smaller, non-critical projects. Build internal confidence, figure out governance, learn best practices, then scale up. And fifth, crucially, develop your policy and ethics framework. You need clear internal guidelines for using AI responsibly. Address bias, privacy, transparency. This isn't optional.
That's great practical advice. Looking maybe 3 to 5 years out, what are the big trends you expect to see emerge from this AI arms race?
Okay, crystal ball time, but based on current trajectories. First, just accelerated AI progress. Expect even faster development cycles, frontier model showdowns every year. We're talking models with trillions of parameters, maybe Llama 5, Llama 6. And AI becoming more like expert generalists, good at many things. Second, the emergence of agentic AI in real-world use. AI that doesn't just answer questions but takes actions, completes tasks autonomously. This could really change workflows, customer service, B2B interactions, AI talking to AI. Third, that convergence of AI with AR/VR. Think personal AI companions built into smart glasses or other devices. An AI that sees your world, hears your conversations, proactively assists you. This could seriously disrupt smartphones and search as we know them.
Wow, okay. What else?
Fourth, a proliferation of new industry-specific AI solutions. While the giants build the foundations, open-source models will allow startups and incumbents to create highly tailored AI for specific sectors: finance, healthcare, manufacturing. Fifth, inevitably, increased regulation, but also perhaps more industry cooperation on safety. As AI gets more powerful, governments will step in more forcefully. Responsible development might become a competitive edge. And lastly, just. Entirely new applications we can barely imagine now. In scientific discovery, creative arts, financial modeling, cybersecurity, AI truly becoming a collaborator. Here's maybe a final thought to leave you with. Meta's incredibly aggressive bet isn't just about Meta. It's compressing the timeline. It's accelerating the arrival of truly transformative AI, maybe by years. So the question for every organization isn't just if you'll adopt AI, but how deeply you'll adapt to a world where interacting with powerful AI is as common as browsing a website today. It's a world where these systems will reshape literally every sector. Balancing that immense opportunity against the significant challenges, well, that demands really wise stewardship from all of us.
Thank you for joining the podcast and see you soon.